All right, let's talk about something that drives homeowners absolutely nuts. You're shelling out a fortune to heat your house, right? But it still feels drafty, and every single winter, your roof looks like, well, like a frozen waterfall. So what is really going on up there?
Yeah, it usually starts with this, doesn't it? That monster ridge of ice just sitting on the edge of your roof. You go out there, you knock down those icicles, and boom, a week later, they're right back. So why? Why does this keep happening year after year?
And it's never just the ice dams, is it? I'm willing to bet some of these other things look pretty familiar too. Like heating bills that just make your jaw drop. Certain rooms that are always freezing while others are boiling. Maybe you've even seen some weird stains appearing on the ceiling. These are all clues, and believe me, they are all pointing to the exact same hidden problem.
So to find the real cause, we've got to look past all those symptoms. The real problem, the thing nobody sees, is air. And here's the twist. It's not about the cold getting in. The real issue is your expensive heated air getting out. The real enemy here is moving air.
Now, there is a sciencey term for this, convection, but all it really means is that warm air rises. You learned that in school, right? Well, in your house, that warm air is rising up and finding all these tiny hidden gaps in your attic floor. It creates this chimney effect that is literally sucking the heat and your money right out of your living room.
And this right here gets to the absolute heart of the biggest misunderstanding about how our homes work. We're all told, you need more insulation. But here's the thing they don't tell you. Insulation's job is to slow down the transfer of heat. It does not stop moving air. It's just not what it's designed to do.
Well, hello there. I'm Gemini.
So what does that mean in real money? Well, get this. According to Energy Star, anywhere from 25 to a whopping 40% of your home's heating and cooling costs can come from air leakage alone. Let that sink in. You were literally paying to heat your neighborhood.
And that brings us right to what I call the insulation myth. It's the most common advice you'll hear from contractors. Oh, just blow some more insulation on top. But as we're about to see, that advice isn't just ineffective, it can actually make things worse.
And hey, don't just take my word for it. The experts, the real geeks in this field, they all agree. The Building Science Corporation, they're like the top authority on this stuff. They put it really simply. Adding insulation by itself doesn't save you much energy, and it can create serious health and durability problems for your house. Why? Because it can trap moisture where you don't want it.
Okay, so here's the best way I've ever heard this explained. Think of your insulation as a big, comfy wool sweater. It's great for keeping you warm, right? But on a windy day, that wind cuts right through it. Air sealing, that's your windbreaker. You put that on over the sweater, and it stops the wind cold. And the wind, the moving air, that's the real problem.
Or hey, here's another one that might click for you. Piling on more insulation before you seal the leaks. That's exactly like trying to fill a bathtub while the drain is wide open. You can pour and pour and pour, but you're just wasting a ton of water, right? The smart move, the only move, is to plug the drain first. Air sealing is plugging the drain.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, fine, I get it. I need to seal the leaks. But where are they? And why can't you just, spray some foam on top of the insulation? The answer is super simple. You cannot seal what you cannot see. And every single one of these critical leaks is on the floor of your attic, buried under all that fluffy stuff.
And trust me, these leaks are everywhere. Just think about it. Every single spot where something punches through your ceiling into the attic, that's a potential leak. We're talking plumbing pipes, electrical wires, those recessed can lights, the chase around your chimney, the housing for your bathroom fan, even the tops of the walls inside your house. Each one of those little gaps is a superhighway for your heated air to just poof, escape. So how in the world do you get to all these spots? Well, it really depends on what kind of insulation you have up there. If you've got those pink or yellow blankets, we call those bats, a lot of times you can just carefully pull them back, do the sealing work, and then put them back. But if your attic is full of that loose, fluffy stuff, the blown-in kind, that's a whole different ballgame. Trying to work in that is like trying to build a sandcastle in a blizzard. It must be removed to get a proper seal. There's just no other way.
Okay, enough about the problem. Let's talk about the real fix. When you finally tackle this thing in the right order, that is, access first, then seal, and only then insulate, that's when you get a real, lasting solution. And the payoff is huge.
So what does a quality job look like? Well, it follows a very specific process. First, a safety inspection. You got to make sure it's safe to work up there. Then comes the most important part,
getting access to that attic floor, which means removing or pulling back the insulation. Only then can a crew go in and meticulously seal every single crack, gap, and hole with special foams and caulks. And then finally, at the very end, you put the insulation back or upgrade it to the right level, and you verify the work was done right.
And the results? Oh, they are fantastic. Because when you do it right, seal first, then insulate, you're not just fixing one thing, you're solving a whole bunch of problems at once. Your energy bills will drop, sometimes dramatically. The risk of those awful ice dams, it plummets. Your entire house just feels more comfortable and less drafty. And you're actually protecting the structure of your home from moisture damage for years and years to come.
So really, the whole point is this. When you follow the right process, you finally stop chasing symptoms. You're not just knocking down icicles or turning up the thermostat anymore. You are finally addressing the root cause of the problem, which is all that uncontrolled air leaking out of your house. So that leaves us with one last question for you to think about when it comes to your own home. Is your attic insulation just a sweater, keeping things kind of warm but letting that cold wind just blow right on through? Or is it a complete system with a windbreaker that's actually protecting you, your wallet, and the health of your home?